Back with another high-end AR rifle. This is the Noveske N4 Gen. I acquired this maybe 6 months ago, I want to say, give or take. It wasn't in this configuration, so it actually came with a Trijicon RX-01 amber lamp, and it had a BCM gunfighter charging handle. So I've changed out a few things. It still has the B5 stock on it, has the BCM grip, the BCM walk pins, but I've changed out from the ambi safety on it to a Radiant Raptor 45 90-degree throw on it. So I've changed it out to the Radiant Raptor 45, and it has a Radiant Raptor charging handle and a Swamp Fox 1-10. I took this off of my Spikes Tactical and put it on here. That way I can get some long range and close range out of it. So working up from the tip, it has a 4-chamber brake flash hider. At nighttime, it does throw ninja stars depending on what kind of ammo that you're running. But the major downside for me on this, which it doesn't break it, is just I hate the sound, is it has a tuning fork ring. It's a pin and weld muzzle brake on here. May end up getting that changed out, but I don't notice it as much as long as I'm not concentrating on it. And this is a 1-in-7 twist NATO 5.56 barrel, which is MP stamped from Noveske, so it's their seal of approval on this. And these are, I believe, they're FN Cold Hammer Forged barrels on here. And I did get an email, so I emailed Noveske. I'll look and see if I have it. If I don't have it, it is what it is. But I did email Noveske. This is an original upper and lower combo from 2011. So when I first got this weapon, I thought it had been fired, but as you can see, the ting marks on that was not there. I don't think it had ever been fired before. All right, next up, the Noveske N4. This is a Gen 1 build. I don't think it's factory built because it doesn't have the iron cross that, you know, when they build it from the factory, they stamp the iron cross to make with the receiver, the lower receiver and the upper. But it is all original parts ordered from Noveske. I actually have an email from that stating it. It was all brought there and it was shipped out, and I think someone built it. But it is, it was a brand new rifle whenever I got it. It had never been fired. The Trijicon ACOG reflex. It is, it still has some brightness left to it. It is, I want to say 10 years old, so it's got a little life left to it. It's running Troy Industry front and rear sights, and it has the spiraled flash hider on it. So at nighttime when you're shooting, it actually throws like a ninja star out. You can see that pretty prominently. And it is running a, I forgot the name of it. I can find it and I'll insert it in. It's a 1-stage trigger. It feels like a 2-stage trigger. I'm not sure, but it's not too light and it's not too heavy. It's pretty much a combat trigger. So let's get this thing 0 to 36 yards, and then we'll run everything out on steel. Oh, and I am running PMC X-Tac 55 grain. And it spits the shells out, I know that. Alright, so it's been 0 to 36, and now we're going to get a real grouping size. So we're going to go top target at 36 yards. All right, let's get a look. Let's go down there and see what we got. Well, I can tell you one thing. I'll take that all day long, especially with a red dot. If I had a scope, I'm pretty sure I could tighten that up even more. Those Noveskes are insane. Yeah, that's the 0, and then this was 0 in the end. Right here. So I started here, walked over here, came back, adjusted back 2 clicks, and that's what we come out with. I would say, yeah, that's what you pay for when you buy these Noveske rifles. That's the kind of performance that you pay for. Which it did break my spirits a little. So as soon as I fired, pow, I seen that ting and I just instantly dropped my head. But it is what it is though. But it is riding inside the SWS handguard, so it's the quad rail on it. It's old school. It does have the 4 QD points on it, so you can put your sling. Well, it's 3. Yeah, 2 on this side and then 1 on the passenger side, as I like to call it. But it interfaces well with a lot of QD slings. It's not close to the barrel like some other companies have, where you can't get your sling point into there. So it's definitely able to accept a lot of slings. So I'm looking at a Vickers. Probably want to put a Vickers on it later on. Does have an attachment point for a sling, which I don't run. I run sling on left side and right side of right side of the buttstock, which I have a swivel here, so it's ready to go for a sling. I just have to acquire one. It has a 2-stage trigger in it, and it's a very nice one. I'm not sure what it is. It's not a Geisley. I have to look it up and see what it is, but it is a battle trigger. It's not one of those flat face 1-pound triggers. I want to say this is probably a 2.5 to 3 pound trigger. Well, I can't say that. Let's see. It's probably a 4-pound trigger to it. Very sweet shooting rifle. Also, it has a H1 buffer in here. Well, just a regular H buffer. So it gives it a pretty good gassing. So you don't have a lot of blowback to this thing. And this is a carbine link gas system in it, paired up with the H1 buffer. It is a very smooth shooting rifle. It's minimal kick from it. 223, 5.56 doesn't have a lot of kick to it as it is, but it does calm it down a lot. Seeing that this is a 14.5 with a brake on it, that helps too. But I haven't had any other AR shoot this well besides my spikes, and that's a 24-inch barrel gun. So to be a 14.5, if you're into QCB, you can definitely do it with this, but you can also stretch out and keep your ballistics with this 14.5-inch barrel. And it does give a very good accuracy. I printed out better accuracy with the RX-01, but when I stretched out to 150, I had issues because I didn't have anything to be able to stabilize the rifle like I wanted. I'm not the best shooter in the world, but I'm also not the worst shooter in the world either. So I can print a group out if need be. I know what this thing is capable of. I seen what it printed, and it pretty much went through the exact same hole. I want to say it was sub half MOA at 50 yards. So it's probably under a MOA at 100, 150. I don't know if I got that out of it, but I do know I used a variety of loads, which a lot of those were older rounds. So some of them, I think they were 3 to 4 year old rounds, and I did use some hollow tip, hollow point bolt tails. I'm not sure what it was, but I probably have it in the video, so you'll see what it actually is. All right, so we're back with the Noveske, and now we're gonna do the accuracy portion. And these are PMC 55 grains, the Norma Tactical 55 grain 223s. These are 223s as well. Gecko 223s, 55 grains, and then we have Sierra Match Can 55 grain 223s. So everything is the same grain weight, 14.5 barrel, 1 to 10, 1 to 10 primary, 1 to 10 Swamp Fox, the twist rate, and it's a 1 to 7 twist rate on a 14.5 pin and wheel. Now we're back. Now we're back with the Noveske N4. We only have a red dot on this. We might can get out to 300, but to keep it fair, I'm just gonna run out to 200. Which I know is capable of doing it because that group that it printed, I have no doubt that it will do it. I may just come back out and re-zero with a LPVO, 1 to 10 LPVO. In all fairness, to keep it fair, but it's a 14.5. But we all know what they're capable of doing. You can actually push out a 14.5, 600, 700 yards. So let's see what we can get out of this. That's 200. That's 300. The reticle is covering the target. So it's making it hard for me to see it. If I can get a strike on 400, this is a 36 yard zero. You can definitely see, you can see it's impacting, but you just don't have the positive identification on it. 400. 400 hit with a red dot. See if we can make contact with that again. There it goes again. All right, we'll go back to 200 and we'll just hit it over and over and over at 200. To be an older production gun, it's outperforming a lot of new guns. I'm just a loss for words with this. Let's try out the iron sights on here. There you have it. That's just so much fun. That is insane. Got 4 shots left.
Try to connect all of them on 200. There you have it.
Like I said, this is pretty much a lot of the first shots. Maybe 250 rounds in on this rifle platform. So I will be back with an extended breakdown of this firearm the more rounds that I get down, because this is not going to be a collector's piece. This is actually going to be one of the rifles that I use full time. Will be my duty weapon, my SHTF rifle. This is what this will be. And I do enjoy bringing you guys this content. So like I always say, give it a like, share, follow, and comment, and let me know what you thought was your favorite thing on this rifle and what you would change about it. I love to hear other people's opinions on what I have. I don't care if you're being a butthole or not. It is what it is. This is the internet. And I will leave you guys with this. Clean your rifles, maintain them. If you get a rifle from someone that they loan to you, clean it up and give it back to them, please. Don't be a butthole. But like I said, give it a like, share, comment, follow. Let me know what you like, dislike. Always take constructive criticism. Never take it to the heart. Use it to change and better myself. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.